The glass slipped from my fingers, exploding against the hardwood in a scatter of shards, red wine seeping out like blood around my feet. Her words hung in the air, sharp and unwavering, slicing to the haze of birthday candles, still flickering on the table. "You said I could ask for anything," Sarah whispered, her voice quivering with a strange cocktail of defiance and guilt. "I want a night with a player." My chest constricted, the room tilting as though the floor itself had betrayed me. A player? The word scorched, summoning visions of slick strangers and reckless nights. But it was her eyes, glittering with something I couldn't name, that pinned me there, unable to move, unable to breathe. The scent of rosemary and roasted lamb still clung to the dining room, the meal I'd spent hours perfecting just for tonight. Her favorite jazz playlist trickled from the speakers, but now it felt like mockery, each note a cruel echo of the intimacy I thought we shared. I stared at her, my wife of 7 years, her auburn hair glowing in the candlelight, her lips parted as though waiting for me to absolve her. "What do you mean?" I managed, clinging to hope that this was some dark joke. She didn't answer right away. Instead, she traced the rim of her wine glass with trembling fingers. In that small movement, I caught it, a flicker of hesitation, a crack in her resolve. "A player," she said again, softer now, eyes lowering to the table. "Someone who loves in the moment. No strings, no promises, just one night." My stomach churned and rose as I tried to piece her words together. Was this a fantasy? A test? Or had I been blind to something festering beneath the surface of our life together? I thought of our mornings tangled in bed, her laughter at my awful jokes, the way she gripped my hand during thunderstorms. How could that Sarah, my Sarah, ask me for this? I forced a laugh, brittle and empty. "Is this about that book club you joined? Some steamy novel messing with your head?" I wanted her to laugh too, to roll her eyes, to call me ridiculous. But she didn't. She just looked at me with glassy green eyes and said, "It's not a book, Tom. It's me. I need something else. Just once." The words hit like a punch, knocking the air from my lungs. I dropped into the chair across from her, the room shrinking, the walls pressing in with the weight of her confession. The next hour blurred. I asked questions, stupid, desperate questions. Who was he? Did she already know him? Was it someone from work? She shook her head, her answers maddeningly vague. "It's not about anyone in particular," she said, twisting her napkin into knots. "It's about feeling alive, like I'm more than a wife, a co-worker, a checklist." Each word cut like a tiny blade, unraveling the life I thought we'd built. I wanted a man why was enough, but fear kept me silent. What if her answer destroyed me completely? The house felt foreign now, its warmth gone sour. The creak of the floorboards, the hum of the fridge, everything felt too loud, too real, pinning me in a moment I wanted to escape. I replayed our years together, searching for cracks I'd missed. That night 6 months ago when she came home flushed, claiming a work dinner had run long. The way she'd started locking her phone, something she'd never done before. Small things, easy to dismiss then, now jagged and accusing. I stood, pacing the window, city lights blurring through the glass. "Why tell me this?" I asked, my voice breaking. "Why not just do it? Why make me part of it?" Sarah's breath caught. When I turned, tears streaked her face. "Because I love you," she said, voice splintering. I didn't want to lie. I thought maybe you'd understand. Understand. The word was absurd, a cruel twist of the knife. I loved her so fiercely it hurt, and yet here she was asking me to let her break me. The night dragged, every moment heavier than the last. We sat in silence, the candles burning low, wax dripping onto the tablecloth like tears. I wanted to hate her, to storm out and never return. But love clings stubbornly, even when it should let go. I thought of the boy I'd been when we met. Awkward, unsure, convinced she was too good for me. She'd chosen me anyway, or had I just been a placeholder? A safe choice until she wanted something wilder? "Do you want a divorce?" I finally asked, the question tasting like ash. She flinched, gripping the edge of the table. "No," she whispered. "I want us. I need this, Tom. I don't know why, but I do." Her honesty was a paradox. Brutal, yet vulnerable. A plea wrapped in betrayal. I wondered if this was my fault. If I'd been too predictable, too comfortable. Had I dulled the spark she once loved? I don't know why I didn't leave then. Maybe it was a tremor in her voice, or the memory of her hand in mine at my father's funeral, steady when I was falling apart. Instead, I said, "Tell me everything. No more half-truths." She hesitated, then nodded, and the story tumbled out. A colleague's friend, a charming stranger at a bar last month, a fleeting conversation that left her feeling seen in a way I hadn't made her feel in years. There was no affair, not yet, but the desire was there, a seed planted and growing. Her words thick in the air, pressing against my chest. I pictured her in that bar, laughing, her eyes bright with possibility. And I hated how clearly I could imagine it. I hated that I could understand it just a little. The pull of something new when life feels like an endless loop. But understanding didn't dull the pain. It sharpened it, made it personal. Morning crept in, gray and unforgiving. The candles had long since burned out. Sarah reached for my hand, but I pulled away, the motion instinctive. "What now?" I asked, barely above a whisper. She didn't answer. And in that silence, I saw the truth she didn't know. Neither did I. As I stared at her, exhaustion etched into her face, I realized betrayal wasn't just hers. I betrayed myself, too, ignoring the signs, pretending our life was flawless while afraid at the edges. Then came the twist I never saw coming. My phone buzzed on the table, a notification lighting up the screen, a text from an unknown number. I know what she asked for. I know because she asked me first. My blood went cold, the room tilting as I read it again. Sarah's eyes widened, her face going pale as she saw the screen. "Tom, she started, but I was already standing, the phone trembling in my hand. The stranger wasn't a stranger. The betrayal wasn't a fantasy. It was real, and it had a name.